What's going on, guys? It's VidjaGameguy here. Today's video is gonna be like this podcast style thing of I just finished Evangelion and end of Evangelion, and I don't understand what happened in the show at all, and that leads me to think that this show is actually garbage. I have my friend Micheal here with me, though, today to talk about why he likes Evangelion and hopefully try and explain to me what the hell happened, because I'm just confused what anything in this show is even talking about or means at all. So yeah, this is just gonna be like a podcast-style video. So yeah, let's just get into it, I guess, Micheal.
All right, bet. The way I see it is, I want you to go first. I want to hear I want you to air out what's your thoughts on Evangelion overall. Why is it like your main gripe?
Okay, basically, yeah, here we go. Okay, my main problem with Evangelion is that if I was to explain how Evangelion makes me feel here at the end, it is, imagine watching reading a Holmes book, and he's kind of going through the motions, and then about halfway through, he trying to figure out the mystery of what's going on. He just goes, all right, he just goes off on a wild goose chase and does a bunch of shit that makes no sense, and at the very end sits down in a chair, looks into the camera, goes, "I've got no idea what any of this means," and then it proceeds to flash the things that you would probably see on 6 tabs of LSD. Cause like I was all in on like what's going on in Evangelion, and then probably about the time we hit, like, I didn't really, my biggest problem is there was never really a moment where in the like early Evangelion that I had issues, because I was always like, okay, they'll get to explaining that, but they never got to explaining that. So like, yeah, so like that's kind of like some of my main issues. Like I don't like obviously the characters in the show are all like kind of unbearable, but that's the point. So like, so I get that the mecha designs are cool. Like I kind of like I enjoy the designs of the Avas and all that jazz. But it's like that. I mean, there's just like a lot of stuff that just like in the end just never makes sense to me. Like I just have so many questions.
I can understand that. That's a lot of people like get to the point of Evangelion where like they start watching and they're like, okay, I can kind of get behind this, and then it just like for them it just completely hits the fan.
Yeah, exactly. Cause like I just have so many questions about where like nothing. Like I almost don't like I don't understand the timeline. Like I don't even understand the things that happened in the timeline. Like I don't even really understand what nerve is.
Okay. What do you want to cover first? What do you want me to like cover first timeline wise?
I think I'm just gonna ask a bunch of fucking questions, and then you can kind of pivot off me and give me something. Because in order for me to even have like an intelligent conversation about this shit, I need to like get some things off my understand what's going on.
So okay. I will start with this statement. Everything that you want, the reason why, and a lot of people overanalyze this. A lot of people overanalyze Evangelion because they see, oh well, no, Ano didn't just have all of this stuff and have not reason. Like we have angels, biblical references, and all of this. There's more to it. Ano's main message when making Evangelion, the whole point of giant fighting robots, angels, and all that is completely secondary.
Yeah, like you could see from watching the show that's obvious that at a certain point that he was not really going for like that being the focus of the show. The show was definitely more focused on like the psychological aspects of the pilots and the organization, and that because that's why you got like an angel fight every week. It was like the show is very monster of the week.
Yes.
It's basically the crew undergoes X trials and tribulations to defeat this week's angel.
Yes.
And then things just go off the fucking rails once Kaoru shows up, and it's just like, this is new.
Yeah, God, Sean. But that's the thing. The real premise of the show is keep yourself happy. Try and keep yourself happy through the most strenuous and horrible of times. That's the whole point. The focus of the show was never on, oh, yo, hey, no, what's Gendo really doing with that angel in his hand? No. The whole focus of the show really was Shinji trying to find himself, Shinji trying to make himself happy. Because the whole time he was searching for people to understand himself, to understand him for him. He wanted people to accept him, but what he never realized was that he had to come and accept himself. He had to love himself. The point of Evangelion is you need to love yourself. And yes, Ano did it in a way so that everybody would overanalyze the fact, because everybody's so focused on the robot aspect of Evangelion, they're not really focused on the psychological point. How Shinji is really faring and sitting in the Eva every time he has to risk his life for this city. And then coming out of the robot and not getting the love from his father and not getting the appreciation that he needs from everybody, like the validation. But that also points out that since he's not getting the validation he's getting from everybody else, he needs to create that validation for himself.
I can see that. Like, I can totally see that now that I think about the show and stuff. I can see how that's where the show was going. Mainly the show. End of Eva. End of Eva's just a fucking mess, bro. Like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, do you want to know what happened with End of Eva?
Is End of Eva like so from what you're saying, I'm thinking that, like, so basically the original ending of the TV show is Shinji learns to love himself, and that the ending of the movie is Shinji doesn't.
You know how everybody in that one, the very end of that episode, everybody was saying congratulations.
Yeah,
that was him coming to accept himself, and him giving himself that validation he needed. That was what he needed.
And then the end of the movie,
that was truly that for Ano. Ano wrote out and talked about how that was going to be the end of Evangelion. Like, that's it. And then everybody was like, wait, hold up, but what about Lilith, everything downstairs in Nerve? Like, what about Ray? What about the Ray clones? What about all this? So Anna was like, all right, then I'm gonna make something for y'all real quick. And then made what End of Evangelion is. Oh my.
Which is a load of crap on a TV screen.
Yes, it's a load of crap. Basically what happened in End of Evangelion, you know the plot of End of Evangelion, right?
No! I literally don't understand what the fuck is going on.
Okay.
That's my biggest problem with End of Evil, is start to end, I was just sitting there like, why is any of this happening?
So the whole show's premise, like the B plot, which is actually very important too, is that Gendo is trying to resurrect Yui.
Okay, I can kind of pick up on that, but but my question is, how the fuck is what he's doing supposed to help bring Yui back?
He's trying to restart the world.
How the hell does that bring Yui back?
Once you reset the world, okay. So you remember that giant primordial soup at the end of Evangelion?
Which primordial soup? The one at the very end, or the one with the black ball?
The orange juice that covered the world.
Yes, I think I remember.
Yeah, that. Well, basically, everybody, living and dead, would live as a giant consciousness within that orange soup.
Oh, and is that why everybody was popping at the end of is they were turning into LCL?
Yeah, everybody was turning into LCL.
That scene was like, I was just sitting there like, what? I literally sat there with my mouth agape, just like, what the fuck? Like, what am I watching?
Dude, I remember when I first watched that scene, I was like, ew, what? Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was, oh my god. But no, so everybody living and dead, consciousness would be one within the LCL. And Gendo wanted to be reunited with Yui's consciousness, so their consciousness could be together for all of eternity. That plan.
But Ray said no.
But, yeah, Ray said you're not the one.
Ray said, I want Shinji, not you.
Yeah, I want Shinji-kun.
What the hell was that with Ray at the end and all that? Like, what the hell?
Okay. Ray is a clone of Yui mixed with the DNA of Lilith.
Okay, what is Lilith? Because they keep talking about Lilith. What is Lilith?
Lilith.
Oh, it's the triangle face thing?
The triangle, yes, yeah, the triangle face thing.
Okay, yeah, no, because I'm seeing it now on the wiki. I'm seeing. Okay, so this is what Lilith is.
Yes, Lilith is the second angel.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna start with the timeline because the timeline is the best way to explain it.
Just run me through the timeline, and then I'm just gonna go. What? Or that makes no sense.
At the beginning of time, there was one angel which was the first impact that created humanity. That was Adam. Then
Whoa,
there was
whoa, whoa, whoa,
then
whoa, 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 what? Yo, excuse me, bitch. What?
there was I'm pretty sure they talked about it in the anime, if I'm not mistaken. I know for a fact they did. Maybe that
Dude,
ended
I don't understand
Evangelion.
any of this. I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand any of this. Any of the impact bullshit.
So at the beginning there was three impacts, as you know as of right now.
Yeah. Okay.
There's the first impact.
So basically, humanity started because Adam, this random ass.
Yeah.
Did we ever see Adam?
I'm pretty sure we do. I can't remember when, but we do see images of Adam, and Adam looks very reminiscent
Of Ava Unit
to
1.
To Ava Unit 1. Yes.
Okay, because I'm looking at this like spiritual picture here on the freaking Willow.
Yeah, you see it. That's Adam.
Oh, okay.
So Adam created humanity.
Okay.
The second impact, now it's a little bit iffy because I don't know if Lilith caused it, but I know they found Lilith due to the second impact. Misato's father and Misato and their research team was in Antarctica.
Yeah,
They're
okay, I remember
researching-
this. I remember this bit.
They're researching the cause of the first impact.
Okay,
and
wait, so stop. That's what they were doing in Antarctica.
Yes.
I already am like, I've already started to understand the show a lot more, man. Because I shit you not, the whole Misato Antarctica backstory. I was like, what does any of this mean? What is any of this? Why are they in Antarctica? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, man. They explain stuff very vaguely.
Or they move through it so fast that my brain is not comprehending.
You can comprehend.
I'm pretty sure Evangelion basically just like speed runs its plot.
Hey man, they're doing good if they're speed running that fast. So basically, they triggered a chain reaction that caused the second impact.
Okay.
And that's why Misato has that scar on her body. Her father pushed her into this little shelter thing with Pinpin. Or not with Pinpin, but by herself so she could survive. Her father died. That's why she's so attached to that cross on her chest.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that bit. I remember her when like all that stuff was happening, and yeah, and because her dad was like a dick, now she's got perpetual daddy issues.
Yes, she does.
Getting into all that.
Getting into one of my favorite characters, Kaji.
Dude, Kaji's just a. I don't even know what to say about that dude. He's just weird.
Dude, Kaji's so cool.
He's such a dick, though.
He has to play the dick.
Everybody in this show's a dick, though. Let's be honest.
Well, technically, yeah, you're not wrong. And besides, like Kinsuke,
except for the characters that don't have enough screen time to be dicks.
Yeah, Kinsuke, Hikari, and Toji.
Yeah, but it's like, oh my god. But yeah, okay. So that's why they were in Antarctica. That explains a whole that explains a lot. All right.
So after the second impact, that literally changed the whole world.
Yeah, because then the whatchamacallit, the climate got out of control and stuff. And things like that.
Yeah, climate got out of control a whole bunch. Like it was like eternal summer on some parts and like eternal winter on another part.
Yeah, and everywhere got like flooded because of the ice caps or whatever, right?
Yeah, it was rough. Like the world got bodied after that.
Yeah. All right.
Now this sparked a chain reaction because that gave air to the fact that there's an angel somewhere on the planet still alive, a primordial angel, which was Lilith.
Whoa! What the hell's a primordial angel?
The primordial angel are the first two angels, Adam and Lilith.
Okay, and how did the second impact let them know that there was one on there?
They never explain that. Now that's the one thing I can't explain. They never explain that. They just like I like to. There's a little headcanon. Maybe the energy source of the second impact was so powerful that it traveled through space to wherever the angels are. And they were like, hey, yo, we gotta head down. We gotta get Pops back or Mom back.
All right, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. So after that, wanted to keep doing research. Fuyutsuki, the organization known as Ciele. I can't even say
Seal.
their name. Their name is like Ciele, but
Well,
like
it's
yeah, Seal
spelled
basically.
C, but if they just say seal in the anime.
What the heck?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
were you watching? You watching? What the heck?
I,
Your English dub is so.
no, I didn't watch
But
the
yeah,
dub. I watched the
Seal.
sub.
Oh, but the sub says that.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like they say seal.
Oh, okay. Oh, then I'm gonna just say Seal. Then Seal's easier then. Seal and the organization that would become Nerve. Fuyutsuki was heading that. Fuyutsuki and
Who the hell?
Yui
Who? What?
Ikari were researchers.
Oh yeah,
What's up?
Fuyutsuki was the white-haired guy, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, now I remember
Yeah,
this
the
guy.
second in command behind Gendo. Gendo's
Yeah.
right hand man.
Besides our boy Gendo, yeah.
Exactly. Gendo, Fuyutsuki Gendo introduces to
Okay. What is okay? But what
introduces.
is like okay? So what is Gendo's like whole plan at this point?
Oh, his plan is not really. His plan wasn't really anything. He just kind of was. He was an extremely smart scientist, but he was just kind of drifting on along life. And this is at this point of life, he wasn't like dead-eyed or anything. He was actually just a nice young man.
Well, he was a little bit psychopathic, but like,
Well, no, his psychopathia kicked in as Yui died, and I'll tell you exactly why it happened when we get there on the timeline.
all right, keep going then.
So those two, Gendo and Yui were introduced by through Fuyutsuki, even though Fuyutsuki secretly was also in love with Yui, but it took too long.
Oh,
Yeah, he got cut. It was sad.
that okay.
Gendo,
He
Gendo,
was like I thought he just was like I don't know, like saw her as like a daughter figure or something. He was like
I know Fuyutsuki, oddly enough, was in love with Yui.
That's a yikes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was that old. Maybe he was like
Maybe
a
he
little
wasn't.
bit
Yeah,
older.
you're right. He might not have been that old. I don't
He
know.
didn't just look old in the anime, but yeah. Then together, all of them together, and also Ritsuko's mother.
Yes, that crazy girl. That chick. She's
They formed Nerve, and they started working on the defense for humans because they knew the angels were coming.
how did they know the angels were coming?
Never explain that.
Oh god.
Another gap.
There's just such a gap in this portion of the timeline.
Yeah, there's weird gaps in the timeline. You're just like, how did they know though? And you think everybody just sits back and be like, shh, stop asking questions. Don't ask that. Chill.
All right, keep going.
So they create Ava Unit 1, the very first Ava.
Whoa, hold up.
And,
when did they make Ava Unit 1?
did you ever see the episode with the Ava Unit graveyard?
I saw all the episodes, but I might not have paid attention to it.
Yeah,
I think I know what you're referring to, though.
I think they said Ava Unit 0 was the first one, but no, Ava Unit 1 was the first one.
Let me see if I can find. Oh, I think I remember this. I remember this picture. Yeah, okay, now I remember this.
Yeah, that's the graveyard.
I don't really understand what it is, though.
That's how many trials they've tried to create the Ava units.
Okay. Here's my big question. What the hell is an Ava?
It's an angel.
Okay, I thought it was an angel, but like I thought there were only like 18 angels.
Yes and no. Because remember, they were fooling around with whatever is in Antarctica. And whatever is Lilith as well.
So wait, were they basically just like taking pieces of Lilith and building Evas out of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Evas are giant cyborgs, technically.
Okay.
That is the best way to explain it. They are flesh and blood, but also like machinery to be controlled.
Okay.
Oh, and also they have souls in them too, but the soul part comes later.
What the fuck?
Wait, you know about the soul part, right?
I mean, it sounds familiar, but it also I might have interpreted it as some like metaphorical crazy ass bullshit. Like I did a lot of this show.
He works in metaphors, dog. He works in literals.
He works in things that should be metaphors, but instead are literals.
Right.
Ano is the epitome of, this should be a metaphor, but I took it literally.
Yes, basically. He hears it's raining cats and dogs, he's like, wait, what?
Yeah, somebody calls Ano's like, bro, it's raining cats and dogs out here, and he looks out his window and he goes, you lied to me. You lied to me and I'll never forgive you. I'm gonna build a real life Ava and kill you.
I'm gonna pull up to your house and step on it.
I'm gonna pull up to your house like all those Avas did to Asuka at the end of Evangelion.
Yes, oh Lord, God, that scene with that's also another. Oh God, that scene with
Dude,
Asuka was
Asuka, dude, Asuka just like loses her fucking, goes absolutely fucking nuts in End of Ava. Like she just completely loses her mind.
yeah, because she's still on some. She's still on the residue of the last few episodes of Evangelion itself.
Yeah,
Because like, oh my
Asuka's
God,
just a
Jesus
fuck.
Christ.
Asuka's just like, Asuka's a wreck.
She's had it rough. Like, I may not exactly like her. I don't like her, but like, God dang.
Okay, we'll get back around to her though in the timeline.
So they finally come down after all of the trials and create Ava Unit 1.
All right.
The purple behemoth. And Yui decides that she's going to be the test pilot.
Okay, that's what that was, and they brought Shinji to the test thing.
Yes, Shinji to the very first testing.
Okay, because I was always kind of confused on how Yui died. Like I thought she died in like the piloting things, but I didn't know what she was piloting.
In a way, she's technically not dead though.
What?
Because when she died, her soul, her physical form's dead, but her soul lives within Ava Unit 1. Yui Ikari is Ava Unit 1 now.
Yo, hold on. Hold on. Has Gendo been tapping Unit 1?
He knows that Ava Unit 1 is Yui, so maybe, possibly.
Makes sense why he's so protective of Unit 1 now.
Yeah, exactly. How would he even do that? That's actually. I'm gonna Google that.
I mean, I wouldn't Google. I mean, why do you think he calls the thing the plug?
What? What?
I mean, I'm just saying, man. Just saying.
Call it the plug. Sure, guy. You think it has a built-in?
Dude, I'm just saying. If I was Gendo, the plugs would be shaped like dicks.
Oh my God. I think in the Evangelion speaks for itself, but actually no, there were more like
every time he puts the plug in there, he's like, yeah, that's right. I just plug my wife.
Oh my God, so dumb.
All right, now back to the timeline.
I don't have to go with all the Avas though. So fudge. God dang it, I got so sidetracked. So yeah, no, that's why in episode 1 of Evangelion, the Ava Unit 1 moves to protect Shinji from that falling light, and that's why every time you see Ava Unit 1 going berserk, it's answering to Shinji's calls. It's his mother answering to his calls.
Oh.
He's been talking about where there are moments where when he sits in Ava Unit 1, he feels a serene calmness, like somebody is catering to like a child.
Interesting.
It's weird like flashbacks that when you look back on, you're like, oh, it makes sense.
I just I just wish that flashback was a little bit more like direct, because like this is starting to now make more some sense and stuff, but like, you know, when I didn't even really understand how Yui died or like what's going on, what any of this shit meant, like the entire like 1 or 2 flashback episodes we had, I was just sitting there like, what the fuck is any of this?
Oh yeah, no, the Evangelion is vague. It's very hard to like. I've rewatched, even like when I first watched it, I was like, what the F? And then I rewatched it, I was like, no, wait, hold on, what the F?
Yeah, you almost have to watch it in like half speed.
Yeah, yeah, basically. So Gendo loses his mind at that point. He goes bananas. He basically loses a part of himself. Like he loses the fire in his eyes and everything. He ships Shinji off because Shinji looks like.
Is that when Gendo starts wearing drip?
Huh? Yeah, that's when Gendo becomes Drip Gendo. That's
right.
basically when Gendo becomes God. So he sends Shinji off. He says, you know, screw you, I hate you. But then he creates a clone of Yui with Lilith's DNA, as you know, is Rei.
Yeah.
So while that's happening,
I'm gonna be honest about that. Like, I understood that Rei was Yui, but I also didn't understand that. I was kind of just watching like, okay, that's what I think's going on, but also like, why?
I was creeped out at the fact that I was like, that's a clone of his wife. Oh my God.
Now I know why he's so like touchy-feely and like actually like cares.
Yeah, it's very, very touchy-feely with her.
Especially in End of Ava.
Very with End of Ava, but she said, nah, dog.
But she said, nah, bro, I like Shinji.
Hey man, Shinji touched her in her heart.
Shinji touched her in her heart. Gendo touched her in her no-no square.
That's actually yeah, no, that's actually pretty accurate. God dang it. Okay. So do you know that for the first Ray died, right?
What?
The first Ray?
Oh yeah, because he got the blonde chick's mom killed her.
Yeah, Ritsuko's mom was in love with Gendo.
Yeah.
She found out
Why
she
did
found out
everybody
that
want
Ray.
to? That's what I don't understand. Everybody just wants a piece of Gendo, and it's like this dude's
Listen,
awful. Why did
listen, the
everybody
anime
want to?
listen, the anime may not make him look good, but I promise you that's why he's called Gendo Drip. He probably had oh my god, he was clean.
Dude, Gendo must be packing.
He put people on oh my god, yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait, that went away over my head. Hold on. Gendo's got it going. I don't know how, but Gendo's got it going. Like hoes want him, and dudes want to be him.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, no, because I remember that part of the episode where because Ray's like Gendo doesn't actually give a shit about you. He's just having sex with you for your body, and she's like, and then fucking murders Ray, and then is like traumatized by it, and then throws herself off the thing or whatever.
Yes,
and then of course her daughter ends up falling after Gendo as well.
Yeah, after he scouts out Ritsuko once she comes out of college, Ritsuko takes her mother's place. And then the second
in more
quote
ways
of
than
Ray,
one.
yes, in even more ways than one. The second Ray is brought in, the most synonymous Ray. Also, the soul of Ritsuko's mother is in Eva Unit 0.
What?
Now that actually has no explanation. We don't know how the soul got there. It made sense for Yui because Yui was actually in Eva Unit 1. But Ritsuko's mother was nowhere near Ava Unit 0.
What the fuck? That would have made more sense if she was in her soul inhibited the Magi.
Yeah, no, that would have made a lot more sense, but you know.
But Ava's not really in the business of making sense.
Yeah. So, and that's why when Ray gets an Ava Unit 0 for the very first time, her very first testing for it, it goes insane, and Trison kills her, and then Trison kills Gendo as well, because Ritsuko's mother's soul still has those memories. So she's enraged.
Oh yeah, she's not happy.
Yeah. So now Ray's in the hospital, and that's when Shinji get called, and that's where we get to the point of Evangelion and then into Evangelion.
So there's just like a large time frame, and there's just like nothing going on basically except building up nerve.
Oh no, just nerve testing and retesting, trying to make sure that these Avas work. And once Ray was out of commission completely, they had to call Shinji. They had to call him.
Wait, how did they know and they knew Shinji would be able to pilot 01 because it has his mother's soul in it?
Yeah. Well, they didn't know. They thought Gendo had a strong possibility. He never told anybody if Yui's soul was in there. So he was going off of his belief. Everybody else was just following him. They didn't know that Shinji would be actually able to pilot Ava Unit 1 first try.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, and meanwhile, as you know, Shinji was getting abused.
I have no. This is a big gap for me. Where the fuck was Shinji until the beginning of the show?
Shinji was sent to a city past Tokyo 3. It was called Narakawa, right? Okay. And he didn't go to school with other kids. He lived in a house with his quote unquote sensei, a man who would be teaching him everything. But the man forced him to cook, clean, and as soon as Shinji did something wrong, he would get beat, he would get yelled at, he would get berated.
When was this revealed?
Episode 25. No, it was around episode 24 and 5. And I don't think Evangelion talks about it.
Oh, so it's the slideshow episodes?
Yeah, it was like a slide. It's the slideshow.
Okay, because I didn't really understand anything that was happening in the slideshow episodes.
Yes. Nobody does, unless you watch it like a second time, which is actually really hard.
Yeah, especially considering I put that shit on 2 times speed because I was like, this is the most boring thing I've ever watched.
So yeah, Shinji was getting abused. So finally, when Shinji got called back to Tokyo 3, he was whipped.
Okay, but did Gendo know that Shinji was being abused?
Yes. He was counting on the fact that Shinji would come back with a broken wheel so that Shinji would be able to pilot Eva Unit 1 just for his validation. Gendo was 17 steps ahead of the game. And
Oh
he always
yeah,
was.
because god damn it, I can't remember what I was gonna say, but yeah, no, that makes sense because Gendo's a psycho and Shinji's a
Yes, very much so. Also, Seal. We haven't yet talked about Seal. Seal has one objective only. They want to be a part of the Orange Soup.
why?
They like the idea of the collective consciousness.
But isn't that
Just
what
one
Gendo was? But
giant
isn't that
collective
what
consciousness.
Gendo wanted too?
Yeah, that's why they work together.
Nuh-uh, because they fought against each other.
Yeah, at the end of Evangelion, because they realize that they're things that skewed. Gendo wanted to spend his eternity with Yui and Yui only, but that means he wouldn't be truly a part of the collective consciousness. If Seal wanted humanity completely in the collective consciousness, so their things crossed. And so, Nerve and Seal fought. And Seal just wiped.
Well, yeah, because Seal was like significantly bigger.
Yeah, and also was a military company. Not Nerve is just kind of full of people, normal people.
What? Excuse you. Nerve is full of a bunch of mentally challenged and excuse me, not mentally, emotionally challenged human beings.
Nah, there's a few mentally challenged.
Nerve is as I said. Okay, here's a big question I've been wondering: back to breaking Shinji's will or whatever? I just remembered what I was gonna say. Are the Evas powered by sadness?
I
know it's a meme, but like, are they powered by sadness, bro?
Yes and no. They are powered by the heart of their user,
which happens to be a bunch of sad children.
Sad. Well, one sad child, one prideful child who's sad, and one child that has no emotions but also becomes sad. So yeah, actually, technically, yeah, you're right. It is powered by depression.
Of course it is. Of course. I was really waiting for the day that somebody just goes that Gendo just goes, oh yeah, no, these things are built with like sadness drivers.
Because the sync rate is powered by the connection to the Eva. If your connection is sadness, then yeah, your sync rate's gonna spike.
Yeah, no, because they always just say a bunch of random ass terms and numbers in this bullshit. Like,
it makes no sense until it actually does. Those numbers actually make sense. It's just when you're watching it, you're just like, what? No, what? And then when you actually think about it, you're like, ah, yes.
Or you've conditioned yourself to go, ah, yes.
No, when I was really into Evangelion, I sat down and researched everything. Like everything. I could sit up if I was actually there, I could sit within one of those meetings and be like, yeah, I know exactly what that guy just said. And it could be
I know. You know what the funny thing is? I bet you could have sat in one of those meetings and be like, I know exactly what's going on. And then all of them go, we're just saying bullshit, man.
Be like, wait, what? Huh?
Now, you would sit down with Anno and be like, and you'd talk about all this stuff, and Anno would go, what?
He was like, wait, you understand that? Wait, I was talking out my butt. Be like, huh?
I was just throwing shit that made it seem like science was going on.
I just started creating science. He said AT fields? Man, nah, that's not a real thing.
He said AT fields are a real thing.
Dude, oh my god, it gets it's so nutty. AT fields are even nuttier, but I'm not even going into that.
But okay, back to the timeline. So then so this is when the show starts though. So this is when the Shinji shows up. All right. And then
that's when Shinji shows up, things happen.
Okay, and then and Asuka gets I don't really. Okay, now, what are the character arcs going on here?
Okay. So from episode 1 to 4, we have Shinji's character arc of not running away until he runs away.
Yeah. Am I the only one that when he ran away the second time went, please just stay away, Shinji, just go?
I was like, yeah, I honestly wanted. I'd be like, Shinji, it's better for your mental health. Just stay gone. Please.
Just go away. Just go away, Shinji.
And then he said, no, I'm Ava Unit 1's pilot. I was like, dude, no, don't become a Shonen Pro tag now.
I'll pay the rent. I'll pilot the Ava. Proceeds to be traumatized.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, no, episode 1 through 4 was
Dude,
him finally coming.
somebody's got to make a parody where of Naruto, but it's as the main character of Evangelion.
I would love that. He was like, I don't want to be the Hokage.
I don't want to be the Hokage, or the other way around. He's just in the Ava, and he talk no jutsuing the angels.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Be like, we don't have to fight. We're about the same, you and me. Just, what?
It's just like, what?
And then, like, when the angel doesn't want to talk, he starts forming a Rasengan in the with the Eva. That'd actually really be dope. Yeah. Oh my god. I wanna copy paste a picture of like freaking Ava Unit 1 holding a Rasengan, but that's for later. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. But also, let me ask your take. How do you feel about Shinji as a main character?
I don't really have a problem with Shinji as a main character. Like, I don't really like mind Shinji because the whole thing is that his life is fucked, and so like he kind of has this normal reaction of like, I want to die, and it's like, well, yeah, you probably with the shit you're dealing with on a daily basis, you probably if you were like, you see, if Shinji was like, I want to be the Hokage, I would be a little bit this show would be very weird.
I was wondering how you'd take Shinji's like.
Well, I'm a big mecha fan though, and so I mean, I
know you're a big mecha fan, but also I know you're also a huge like shonen fan with the heroes that say I am like heroes that are ready to like jump up and be there for.
Yeah, but it's like I think it depends on the series how the series builds around it though, because this show is built for a effed up protagonist where it some of the Gundam shows I watch are, whereas if I watch like My Hero or something, that show's not built for a Shinji.
Well, yeah, no, that show's so far from it.
It'd be a little weird if the All Might was like, you can be a hero, and Deku goes, I want to die.
You're like, I can't do this, man.
All Might's like, you can be a hero. Deku proceeds to go, but I can't, man. I don't think I can be a hero. I want to die, man.
Deku's not crying of a happiness because now he has a quirk. No, Deku's crying because he wants to kill himself. Like, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but
oh my god.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, back to like but yeah, so yeah, I don't really mind Shinji. I think he's cool. I think he's fine.
Okay, yeah, because like I was wondering how you I was wondering how you'd take that. But after the timeline, it just kind of stops right there when they lay on the beach. Now, everybody and their mothers was confused about what.
We'll talk about End of Ava, but I want to go through the series real quick because I still have some questions.
Because episode 1 through 4 was Shinji coming to terms that Tokyo 3, Nerve, Misato's house, and everything that he was going to experience there was going to be his new home.
Basically, he kind of comes. Yeah, okay, I can see that.
The episode even ends beautifully with him saying, I'm home. And he says, I'm home. And Misato says, welcome home. And the episode goes to credits.
And the episode goes to credits. And then if you've seen the show, you're like, oh, God. Oh, no.
Exactly.
I feel like on a second watch, I'm home. She goes, yes. And she's like, welcome home. It's like, you're watching the first time. And you're like, oh, great. Shinji's back home or whatever. If you've seen the show before, you're just like, oh, God, no, Shinji, don't come back.
You're like, the first time you're like, Shinji's home. That's good. Second time he's like, God, Shinji, no, run!
No, Shinji, don't come home. Go away. Stay away.
Shinji, keep running. Keep running. They want you to pilot. Don't pilot the Ava Shinji, which is actually just Ava 3, but we're going to get to that later. But then the rest of the series is him just coping as a pilot and a teenager. He finally has friends after episode 4 because
the best characters in the show.
You said what?
I said the best characters in the show. His two buddies.
Toji and Kinsuke. Toji being a whole war otaku. And not Toji. Kinsuke being a war otaku, and then Toji having a huge crush on Hikari.
I mean, they're just the most entertaining characters in the show, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, they're the comedic effect. They're there to let you know that hey, things are not all like.
That's why I was so pissed when I thought Toji died, and I was like, and then they were like, Toji lived, and I was like, oh my God, thank you Jesus.
Yeah, but Toji's dead in the manga. Like, that man got
Fuck the manga,
axed.
bro. Fuck the manga.
What are you talking about? Manga's so good. The manga has one of my favorite endings.
But God. But like yeah,
So yeah, it's just him.
but like
What's up?
what the hell is Ray doing throughout the whole show? Because Ray never really
Oh,
shows any.
also, well, Ray's recuperating, and then the next arc, the next character arc, is Shinji's jealousy of Ray and Ray's relationship with his
Yeah, I
father.
remember that.
Because during a sync rate test, he looks over and like him and Ray are laughing, and he's never seen his father even smile before, so he's like pissed. But then it's also Ray's arc of letting somebody else into her heart besides Gendo.
She lets Shinji in and goes, I think I prefer Shinji being in here.
Yeah, exactly. Because Shinji does what Gendo did for her. Like when she almost died in Ava Unit 1, Gendo risked his hands and opened up the pod. And Shinji did the very same thing at the end of Ray's arc, where she was like, okay, I can let another human being in. I can let Shinji in.
And then she's like, you know what? I think I prefer Shinji. Gendo, you're gone.
I think Shinji's kind of the GOAT. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I don't really like you anymore, Gendo.
I'm replacing you for somebody new.
I replaced you with a new Hikari. Or Ikari.
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah. Hey, Gendo, look at my new Ikari.
Yeah, my new Ikari. Jesus Christ, it's just Shinji. Drip, no, it has to be Drip Shinji. I said Simp Shinji.
Shinji just shows up to Nerve one day. Gendo turns on Shinji's just sitting there with his Supreme jacket on, just like, sup, Dad.
Jacket with his hands crossed.
Just sup, Dad.
Yo, Dad, just Shinji, where'd you get that drip in?
Shinji, where'd you get that drip?
Yeah, oh my God, it's so dumb. With Timberlands on.
Oh yeah.
Lord.
Gets in his Ava Unit 1. That's drip.
Oh my God, if I got Ava Unit 1 dripped.
I don't see it. We'll talk about it. Yeah, no. Okay, we gotta get back on topic.
God, where was I? Fudge. Oh, the next arc is Asuka.
She's just a bundle of weird stuff.
Asuka. Okay. Okay. Now you know I love Tsunderes. Tsunderes, Yandere. I love Yanderes and Tsunderes.
I can get behind. But dude, you know I despise Tsunderes.
I don't know why, dude. You gotta find your Tsundere. I despised Tsunderes too until I met the one. Her name was Hiyori.
I'm gonna make a video on why I hate Tsunderes eventually.
Oh my God, Tsundere. Well, yeah, they're over. They warm up to you, but first they start off by beating you mercilessly. So yeah, I understand why you hate Tsundere.
All right, but like, but the move on, like, yeah, but like,
Asuka was the Tsundere I hated. I actually hated because oh my God, she forced, like, in one of Shinji's mental episodes, he was choking her one time. Remember that?
No, that's end of Ava.
I know, but we'll get there. But god dang.
Yeah, because I'm confused about that.
That was.
Dude, when we get to end of Ava is basically a load. Hell, we might do I might be able to split this video into 2 parts once we get to this part and the end of Ava's part.
End of Ava is the creme de la cool. It is. Oh my God, it's rough.
It is the what I literally call it anime's what the fuck moment.
Dude, that and the ending of Berserk the anime. Yeah. Let's see. So Asuka shows up because they're on the Over the Rainbow. That's the ship. And God, this is when you learn about Asuka's overbearing personality, and Kaji even speaks about it. How there was like, please don't mind her overbearing her personality. She has a inferiority complex. They don't really get into it until later, but you see this inferiority complex in action. She's always berating everybody. She always believes that she was the best, and she loves to talk about how she was trained as an Ava pilot since she was young, ever since her mother killed herself.
Yeah.
But
then her dad started fucking the nurse.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
The dad never liked the wife anyways.
That's jacked. Yeah, oh my God, man. He went out hoeing around, dude. He went hoeing.
Dude, he probably doesn't even know what happened to Asuka.
No, he did. He's not into her life anymore. Or no. Yes, he is. But not really. because like she has a stepmom and everything.
Yeah, stepmom's the nurse though.
Yeah.
So that was complicated.
It was very complicated, but she actually finally gets to see her humanity show through at the very end of her arc. I can't remember what episode it was, but Asuka, that's when she stormed into Shinji's room to sleep with him.
Yeah, it was right before it was right before she became like she just completely like got defeated and then became like a vegetable.
And she
I was like really starting to root for Asuka. I was like, she's finally coming around, and then she became a vegetable.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
I was really starting to root for Asuka, and then she became the worst she's ever been and proceeded to be turned into a vegetable and then go insane.
I rooted for her until Shinji got lost within Eva Unit 1, and then she was like, oh, that idiot, I can't believe he got lost inside.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's like, that was right when I was like, she started to like lose it completely.
Yes, exactly. And that's when her character actually went just bottom up. Like, she just, But she shows her humanity. Shinji goes in for a kiss, which Shinji, what the fudge. He hears her crying in her sleep. And that's when he realizes that she may pose like this mature person, but she still misses her mother. She's just like him. So he was like, yeah, you're a kid too. And he rolls over.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when and then my next favorite arc starts, where that's when the series itself starts going like, yeah, it's time.
Yeah, that's when the show that's when the show starts to go downhill, in my opinion.
Yeah, my favorite Eva. I mean, not my favorite Eva. My favorite Angel 14 shows up.
Is that the Dark Ball?
No. Oh, the Dark Ball's so cool. The Dark Ball was really cool because it also jacked up Shinji's psyche as well, that episode.
Yeah.
But no, the Dark Ball was cool because it showed the monstrosity of what Eva Unit 1 was. And like how he ripped through it.
Yeah.
Oh, also, real quick question. Did you watch the episode Jet Alone?
What?
It was the episode where they had him and Misato went on a meeting and they had to go fight that robot that was trying to compete with.
Ava's. Like what the fuck was that?
That was America, not America. That was the other Japanese military's attempt at an Eva unit, but it was nuclear controlled.
Yeah, no, I know, but like what was the point of that episode?
It was like a filler. You know how like since it's not a long enough anime to have like filler episodes, it had a filler episode.
Oh my god. Yeah, I hate that.
That episode fundamentally sucks. And there's a person on YouTube that tried to defend it. And I was like, no, you just can't. You just can't offend. You can't just defend the Jet Alone. It's impossible.
Yeah, you could have spent that episode like explaining shit, so I don't have to have my buddy here talk for like 2 hours and explain shit to me.
Right, exactly. So the next few arcs is just focusing on angels and nerds.
This is when like basically I just lost. I just could not understand anything that was happening and kind of was just like, well,
when things hit the fan. Shinji fights Angel 14, loses, and then Berserker mode. My favorite Berserker mode. He starts eating the Eva, or the Eva starts eating the Angel. And then his soul gets lost, or his soul and body gets lost within Eva Unit 1.
Yeah, I remember
finally
that.
Eva Unit 1 spits him out, and then everything else after that is just kind of a blur. Like things just start hitting the fan. Like things really start hitting the fan. I can't remember. I think after that, or was it before that? No, before that was the Toji incident.
Yeah, the Toji incident was part of that. It was before that.
Before that was the Toji incident. Then that one angel that turned Asuka into a vegetable and killed the second Ray when we needed that made the third Ray. That was a thing.
Yeah.
So at that point, Asuka's down. Asuka's just down.
Yeah.
Ray's kind of come back, but Ray and her current state can't pilot an Eva. So Shinji is completely by himself. He needs to pilot an Eva. He is completely by himself. Kensuke kind of distanced himself from him, and Shinji's kind of alone in the world. And that's when Kaoru shows up, the person that like kind of gave Shinji a basis of friendship again.
Yeah, and then fucking Kaoru turns out to be the last angel.
Yeah, then Kaoru shows up and turns
okay.
out
My whole question is like, what were they trying to do with Kaoru? Like, where was Kaoru? Like, when Kaoru got down into that thing, he was like, ah.
Oh, he was trying to. All of the angel's purpose is to combine with Lilith and cause a third impact. He was just another angel trying to do that, but he had humanity, and that's what Anno wanted to do. Anno wanted to create an angel that had humanity, and wanted to create an angel that could be swayed by a human, and that angel got swayed by Shinji of all people. And that's when Karu was like, he was like, if you keep me alive, I will combine with Lilith. So you have to kill me. And that's when that scene where him and Kaoru are just sitting there.
Oh yeah,
Right before
that I
kill.
was like, is way too fucking long.
Dude, no, yes, it was very long.
I know
but
you.
that
I know you
length-
defend it or whatever. There's a lot of that with Ava for me. They did a scene with
the elevator scene.
the elevator scene, that scene, and also the one scene in End of Ava where it's just like Asuka in a ball in her cockpit for like 2 minutes, and I'm just sitting there just like, do something.
That was 2 minutes. God, I mean, I remember flying through that movie. Like, I didn't fast forward anything. I just remember flying through that movie because I was like, "What is going on?"
Well, that's the thing is about like once shit hits the fan in that movie, it's just kind of like basically the last half of that movie is basically just what I imagine being on hard drugs is like.
I have been on drugs, and yes, I can attest to that. Like, I would love to. Actually, no, I would not.
No,
I
dude,
was gonna say, let me get on LSD and watch Evangelion, but no, I think I would actually die.
I think
I would die.
I think if you watch Evangelion on LSD, you would die.
Yeah, like, just overexposure
Like,
to colors.
No, or you just it'd just be terrifying.
Yeah, no. Oh, Lord, yeah, you're right. You're right.
The stepping stone to LSD into Ava is LSD Gurren Lagann.
Oh no, Gurren Lagann on LSD is that would be no, because Gurren Lagann is LSD itself, because it's LSD and testosterone in a crack.
Exactly. That's why I imagine it'd just be insane.
It would, yeah, no, that would be a ride and a half. But I think we're actually nearing end of Evangelion in the timeline, because now we're at the point where we're in those slideshow episodes where Shinji has to come to accept himself. So
okay, yeah, okay. So now can you explain to me what the freaking slideshow episodes are?
The slideshow episodes were just Shinji kind of. It was okay. So some of the slideshows had no correlation to Shinji whatsoever. But a lot of them had a correlation to his past, what he went through, his mother's death, what he faced when he was younger, and all the people in his life. And why they couldn't accept him. And then he had that moment where he was sitting in that white void, and Asuka was yelling down at him. She was like, "What are you, stupid? The only person who can accept yourself is you."
Yeah.
And all the people that he loved was telling him that. So he finally just had to accept himself. And it took literally, yes, 2 episodes and a full slideshow through 1 episode for him to finally do that.
It took an investor pulling out their money so that they didn't have the budget to animate.
Yeah, they were like, "Yo, hey, let's start drawing stick figures, dog."
No, that's literally what happened. Did you not know? They didn't have the budget.
What?
You didn't know that?
What happened? Wait until Evangelion. How'd they get the budget for that?
Because people complained. I shit you not, bro. I learned about this. Yeah, no, the reason 25 and 26 are like slideshows is because I think an investor pulled out their money because if the show went like off the rails compared to what was originally proposed. And so
Dude, I like how the show went off the rails, and yet Evangelion is one of the most loved animes of all time.
Yeah, no, but it's just like what was originally proposed, you know? I don't think they originally expected all of the like really heavy shit.
Yes.
And then basically, so I think an investor pulled out their money or whatever, and so they didn't have the money for the last 2. They ran out of money for the last 2 episodes.
You know, I wouldn't have.
And that's why it's like a slideshow like that. And then and then a bunch of people complained, and that's why we got End of Ava.
End of Ava is disgusting, but I love it.
Okay, so what happens at the end of the episode 26 though? So basically they all congratulate him, and then like what does that even mean?
Yeah, it just ends. They're congratulating him on finally accepting himself.
Okay, but like what happened to the world? Is everybody just the soup now?
Why do you think even End of Evangelion was created?
Because they didn't have the budget to animate the original 2 episodes. Last 2 episodes.
Yeah. So End of Evangelion. because people was like, okay, well, what's the Ava? What's the point of Solele? So they wanted that ending. They didn't care. It's kind of sad because people were looking at it at a surface level. They didn't really care about Shinji's happiness. They wanted to really see the ending of giant robots.
I'm gonna be honest.
You're one of those people.
If I hadn't known, if I didn't know where End of Ava ended, it ended up being, I would say, yeah, I want to see that. But now that I know what End of Ava is, I want to go back.
We all want to go back, but it's too late, Isaac.
I went, you didn't explain what I want to know, what is the Ava? What is all these robots? I want to see, tell me what the fuck all this bullshit that I've been invested in this.
I was like, oh, you want to know? You want to know?
I went, you better tell me, why, explain to me why I was invested in this shit all this time. And then I watched End of Evangelion, which was supposed to answer that, and went, I didn't need to know the answer. Go back. I don't want the answer.
Wait, guys, please wait. No, I didn't mean it. No, I didn't know. I didn't want
it. It's the epitome of you didn't know what you had until it's gone.
Yes, and basically what you lost was your purity.
Because I mean, End of Ava is just like what the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck happened?
All right. Okay.
So, End of Ava.
So, as you know, Seal wants to become a part of the main suit. They want humanity.
Okay, so Seal's goal is to turn all of humanity into the soup.
Yeah, into the orange juice LCL soup.
Yes.
Against humanity's will. Humanity doesn't want this. Nobody wants this except Gendo because he wants to be with Yui. Seal realizes that, finds out that, well, Gendo's implant is not the same as ours. He wants something to do with the orange soup. He just doesn't want all of humanity with the orange soup like we do. He's like, so we got to destroy Nerve.
What is that thing in Gendo's hand?
That is an angel.
Which one?
We don't know what angel it is. We don't know what numbered angel it is. It is just an angel. It is you remember when Misato was in control of Nerve for a little bit while Gendo was gone?
Yes.
Gendo was going to Antarctica because they were still excavating down there.
Yeah.
To get that angel.
What the fuck? And it's just never
that
explained.
Angel would help him fuse with Ray so that he could fuse with Lilith.
And Jim, we all know how that turned out.
Yeah, we know how that turned out. That is God. So Seal invade. They start mopping it's not even dude. It's like, oh my, it's like our group of friends versus kindergartners and dodgeball. Like, they're mopping the floor with Nerve. It's hilarious.
Dude. Just because we would get mopped the floor with by kindergartners does not mean that's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Dude, could you imagine 20 kindergartners versus just 5 of us? No way, dude.
Yeah, no, we oh my God. All these little 5-year-olds coming and attacking us. Jesus Christ, it sounds horrible. That got me way off guard. I was not ready. So they're getting ran through like butter through a hot knife.
Did you say ran through like butter through a hot knife?
Did I reversed it, didn't I? I made a hot knife through it. I made a hot knife through a butter. God dang it.
Through a butter.
My linguistics have never been the best, dog.
Move on.
So Misato takes Shinji down to the sub area, like the very bottom area where Ritsuko is, where Ritsuko is destroying every last Ray clone under Gendo's not under Gendo's command.
But this was right before the movie.
Oh shoot! Yeah, you're right. Okay, well,
but we never did cover this with the crazy blonde girl.
We never did cover that. I completely forgot about that. I thought because my memories every time when I think of something extremely insane going on, I attribute it to End of Evangelion.
Yeah, and that was pretty nuts.
That was pretty End of
I don't really understand why were there all those Ray clones down there.
So that Ray would so that if something in the event that a Ray would die, there would always be another Ray so that Gendo could fuse with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because she was.
And then the blonde chick realized that Gendo never loved her, and.
Oh yeah, she said, "Boop." So also that's also that scene where he's like pointing a gun at her and she's like, I loved you. And she's like, you're a liar. Bang. So Ritsuko gets shot, but she's not dead just yet because she shoots Gendo.
Yeah, that was after. Was that after or as Asuka was being torn to bits?
That was ass, but we're getting to there. Let me rewind back. So Seal is invading, everybody's dying. Misato takes Shinji and they run. They're going to go to Ava Unit 1 so that Shinji can
Well,
actually
yeah,
run.
be after Shinji's like crying under about to get shot in the head, and after crying under his stairs.
Huh? Yeah, like a little hoe. Also, I forgot, and I don't think I want to mention
not
it,
that
but
it's not warranted. Not that it's not warranted, but
I mean, it's warranty. He's 14 years old. I understand, I guess. Also, I forgot to mention this, but we got to talk about the elephant in the room. Him beating off on Asuka's like a conscious body, vegetable body.
what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Okay, so Shinji has been, as you noticed, through the whole series, has been fighting the urge to do really weird things, like that scene in episode 4 where he's like watching those two couple like kiss in the movie theater. That one scene where he's about to kiss Asuka while she's sleeping.
Yeah.
That also scene where he falls on top of Rei. He's like fighting all these urges, and he finally this is him at his worst. This is Shinji at his complete worst. He wants Asuka to be away. He wants Asuka to just be in his life again. And then, he's like jostling around.
Why do you want Asuka back, Shinji? You don't need her. You're better than her.
Yeah,
you can do better than that, Shinji.
When you're at your worst, you don't care. You want just something. You want something, even if it's another.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
So yeah, he jostles around. Little nip sip happens, and then he gives in.
Dude, I was floored by that. I was like, I can't believe you did.
I was so confused. I was my dumb self. I had to pause it. I was like, what's that in his hand? Oh God, that's what that is in his hand.
I was like, oh, that's what. Oh, I don't know what to think of this.
I had to sit back. I was like, oh,
me too, dude. I watched that scene and then literally didn't want to go back to the movie for like 3 days.
I started laughing after I thought about it for a little bit. I was like, it was horrible. He started jerking off to a vegetable, but okay.
Oh my God. And like what the okay, yeah, and then they send Asuka into like the river or whatever, and she comes back too, and she's like, "Mama, I know you're here, mommy."
Oh, yeah.
Like, did she just snap?
No, there's also a thing I forgot to mention, but they never mentioned this. Like, or if they did, I can't remember. Even I can't remember. But it's kind of funny. Asuka's mom's soul is also in an Ava Unit 2.
I figured that's what you were about to say, but god damn it, what the fuck?
That's why she was like, Mommy, you're here.
Mommy, I get it. I know what the AT fields are. Okay, bitch, explain to me what the AT field is. She never says it.
Alright, then tell me what AT fields are.
Tell me what it is, bitch. I'll go to your voice actor. That's your voice actor. She said the line.
Her voice actor's gonna be like, wait, hold on, chill out. I don't know what that is.
I was waiting for her to go, the AT field is your hug, or what? And then I'm just like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you right now?
Theoretically, AT fields are your will. It's kind of like the Green Lantern's construct, but instead of constructs, you can create a giant field in front of you, or a shield of some type.
Yeah, like, what are the angels? Like, I kept forgetting to get that answered. Like, what the hell is an angel?
They're aliens.
They're just aliens?
No, they're just aliens. There's nothing biblical about them. They don't come from it.
I didn't think there was anything. Trust me, I did not think there was anything biblical to do with them.
Okay. No, I was just making that clear. It's just they're just aliens.
Oh no, he just said, he just went angels. That sounds cool.
Yeah, the angels. All right, man. Yeah, we're gonna call them aliens.
That's boring.
Yeah. The angels have like the angels.
And if there's anything that Evangelion isn't, it's boring, except for those last 2 episodes, which are very boring.
Yeah, very boring. So while Shinji's getting dragged around by Best Mommy, Asuka, you know, she's losing her mind at the bottom of the at the bottom of the lake, until her quote unquote, or she believes that her mother's spirit speaks to her, and that's when she rises out and says, "Yeah, I got armament hockey. Wait, my bad. I got AT fields."
Yeah, and then she loses her freaking mind, and then
And
Seal drops the fucking like whatever the fuck those things are.
Oh, she starts slapping Seal's forces left and right until Seal's version of Angels show up. And oh my god, those things.
Like, what are those?
Those things are proto angels.
I see mass production Evangelions.
Yes.
What the fuck? And they have what was the S2 drive again? Because they kept talking about that.
I don't know. You may actually have to Google that. 'Cause I don't remember what that was.
Because they mentioned it a couple times in the show, and then they're like,
S2 drive. When you say S2 drive, I think of something from Eureka 7, which was the third wheel drive.
yeah, it's the S2 engines or whatever.
The S2, Lord. Yeah, are they controlled by the big Getty star?
It's the core of the Angel where it doesn't need a battery pack anymore.
Oh man, that's so busted. That's so cool.
Because none of the white angel
they run on that giant battery pack, which is called the umbilical.
Yeah, but those white ones that Asuka fights didn't.
That's awesome. That's actually pretty cool. So yeah, Asuka in my favorite Evangelion fight ever until the Rebuild series, because oh my god, the Rebuild series. She just starts slapping, dude.
Yeah.
She just, oh my god, that fight was awesome. That's how you do a big robot fight, like gigantic robot fight, like slow monotonous moves because they're two giant masses clashing. It's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I still haven't seen Easy 8 versus Goof, which is apparently the greatest fight of all time, but.
EV8 versus
it's from Gundam like 8th MS team. Everyone's like, it's the greatest fight of all time. I still don't know if it's a meme or not though.
It might be a meme, but it also may just very well be the greatest fight in all of Gundam.
I just don't know.
So yeah, she kills all 9 of them, or she thinks, because the Mo's start getting up. She's like, oh lord. Meanwhile screaming, I don't need Shinji. So meanwhile Shinji is
and then they one of them throws the spear of a fake spear of longness or whatever.
Oh, longitudinous?
Yeah, the spear of long dick.
They start getting up and she, huh?
Yeah, the long dick spear.
They stabbed her. Oh my god, the scene where she dies. Or quote unquote dies.
Yeah, and he stabs through her eyes. She's just sitting there screaming and stuff. And I kind of sat there and went, whatever. I don't care.
No, I kind of got disgusted at the part where they started eating her like vultures.
Yeah, you see, I was kind of sitting there. I was like, wow, this is gross. But also, what the fuck is going on in this movie? So I really don't.
The part that like scarred me the most, because I was like 14 watching this. And this was right after I got off Akira. Like that was at the time I couldn't watch Akira straight through, and I had to sit through this. So she reaches her arm out, and then her arm just splits. I was like, oh my.
Yeah.
I just sat back. I was like, oh, okay, wait, hold on. So, you know, she gets pecked apart. Shinji gets dragged around by Misato until Misato gets shot.
Yeah, and then Misato makes out with him.
Misato, which I was, I'll tell you what, man. When I was 14, I was jealous of that.
But, I sat there going, I wonder if she's picturing her dad.
Yeah.
I was like, does Shinji remind her of her dad?
Everybody reminds her of her dad. Any male reminds her of her father.
God, I think she has a huge. Why does every human in this show have to be just mentally? I'm telling you, that is why the one girl from the school is the best girl, because she's the only one that's mentally stable.
Hikari's not mentally stable. She likes Toji.
What do you mean, bro? Toji's my man.
You know, I'm playing.
I was like, fuck off, boys. Toji's the greatest.
But no, I okay, so yeah, she's like, yeah, it's a grown-up kiss. We'll finish everything else later. Now, okay.
Meanwhile, she fucking explodes afterwards.
Oh my god, dude, I cried. But no, I didn't really cry, but I was like, I immediately lost it. I was like, what the fudge? But no, when she said we'll finish the rest later,
I'm really stupid, especially when I was 14. So like, my dumb self was like, if I'm Shinji, I'm getting in the Eva so fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Shinji gets into the
Shinji,
elevator, starts crying.
yeah, and I think Shinji, if I was Shinji, I'd be like, did my like basically foster mom just make out with me?
Heck yeah,
He's so confused. He's like, Shinji's just like, what the fuck?
I think he's crying more so at the fact that he's confused.
Oh yeah, dude, his whole life, dude, he's like, dude, it is his head, he's depressed and confused, but his dick's rock hard, and he's like, what's going on,
yeah,
man?
Exactly. He said, I don't know, dude. He said, you know.
I think that's this whole movie is just Shinji trying to deal with the fact that his dick is rock hard, but his mental state's mush.
His mentality is everywhere, but his like horny levels are like maximum.
Yeah, I think this
like,
is, and I wouldn't be very surprised if this was that was the exact mind state Anno was in writing this movie.
Dude, well, Anno like sympathizes with like Tomino, so yes, he was.
And Tomino's a psycho, as we all know.
Dude, what if Tomino wrote even
Ava? I don't know. I don't.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I think everybody would actually die, though. I don't think anybody would live.
Oh no, totally. I think it end with like whatever the most depressing ending possible is.
yeah. But God, where am I? So Misato gets blown into 2 bits, literally. And Shinji gets to the Eva area and starts crying until Eva Unit 1 reaches out to him. Gendo gets shot by a... Oh, no.
Gendo shoots her.
What?
The blonde chick.
No, but Ritsuko shoots him back.
No, she doesn't. She misses.
Oh, shoot. Wait, am I...
She tries to blow up the Magi.
Wait, how did Gendo die?
He popped.
Oh, I'm remembering the manga. Okay, so in the manga, he shoots Ritsuko. Ritsuko's dying. He turns around. Rei says, "Oh, I don't want you." Flies away. He's like, "No," and then he gets shot. And because Ritsuko's still somewhat alive, and then they both die.
No, in the anime, Ritsuko tries to blow up the Magi, and the Magi Casper says no because it's her mom's woman's side, and it's like, you love Gendo more than me, and I literally just sat there and went, boy, what the fuck?
Yeah. So yeah, Gendo said.
Wait. Gendo's plowing the mom, the daughter, and the mom is like in love with Gendo beyond the grave. What the fuck is this bullshit?
Yeah, dude, Gendo's got game. You think, bro? Gendo drip is he's bro. Listen,
it's a nightmare. Like, that whole situation was a nightmare. Basically, yeah, but basically he shoots.
Actually, the way you're saying it, now that I think about it, Gendo may low key be the best character.
No, Gendo's horrible.
But no, Gendo's so cool. He had hoes.
Dude, so Gendo shoots Ritsuko. She falls in like the thingy, and then she falls. She dies, and then he reaches. He reaches out and like touches Rei's breast, and I was like, I'm very uncomfortable. And then his head like goes inside her, and I'm like,
I was like, I'm very uncomfortable.
And I literally said, I'm very uncomfortable with this scene.
Yes.
And then she and then she bites off his hand, and I just kind of went, oh.
And I was like, that's hot.
No, you weren't. But
no, I did. But he was like, why? And Rei was like,
Shinji,
you're not the one I want. Shinji, and then flies into Lilith's open stomach mouth, right?
Yeah, and they fuse together and become a giant Rei. That at that point, and it was at that moment that I was too far gone.
And that's the point where I kicked in. Shinji gets in the Eva, busts outside, looks around, like, what's going on? And then sees that Asuka's just. Oh
yeah, and then he has that famous Shinji scream.
It's like the ending of, have you seen Devilman Crybaby?
No.
Oh, just never mind. We're not gonna go there. But there's just blood.
And he has that famous Shinji scream.
Yeah, that's the exact scream.
Yeah.
So also Shinji's a god at that point. At this point, because it's responding to his will. His will at this point is so destroyed that his depression's actually powering it. At this point, you are completely right. At this point, Shinji is powered by depression. He is floating and everything. The what's it called? It's transform into rays, which this is the part where I get far gone.
Yeah, that's when
they turn into rays. They turn into rays. They shove pieces of the spirit of longitudinous through his hand, like Jesus,
yeah.
for some reason. Then they float him up and make him a giant cross. And then that giant ray breaks through the clouds. And at this point, Shinji's completely lost it. Like, he's grabbing his face while looking on in horror. He's too petrified to close his eyes. But too astonished because he's just looking. He's beyond himself at this point.
Yeah.
He's just watching this thing like transform before him. This thing creates a giant ball in its hand, and then everybody just turns into soup.
Yeah, and everything's gone from that point.
And that's when the movie kind of takes a weird turn, and it like starts showing all these like real areas, like real footage of like Japan, which makes no sense. That part I actually can't analyze. Then it shows Shinji in a white void watching over his parents. Also, he's naked for some reason. This is actually probably my favorite point of End of Evangelion. And it's when he is talking to his mother. Or no, it's when he's watching his father talk to a baby while she's breastfeeding him. And Gendo's like, he was like we've raised our son into a world that is becoming that's going to be ruined. He's speaking about the world that he's raised in, because the angels, the second impact. And she was like, no, everything is going to be fine though, because we're raising him into a world. We're going to raise him into a world full of love. We're going to give him the love and the nutrients that he needs, even if it's a world that has the potential threat of the angels. We're going to do our best. And then she smiles down at Shinji, and then she looks up and smiles over at grown-up Shinji. And then it switches over to him and Rei. And that's when Rei gives him the choice to either keep everybody in the collective consciousness or let everybody go back into and try and rebuild the world again. Which at this point, basically, it renders Shinji as God, because now he has a choice.
Yeah.
So, and he chooses, and at this time, everybody's consciousness is everybody's consciousness. So let's say, for example, the collective consciousness, we're all in the collective consciousness. I know your thoughts, Javon's thoughts, Willie's thoughts, everybody in the whole entire world's thoughts at once. So like, I know everything, and everybody knows everything about me. It's just free information. So Shinji says, I want everybody to live together on this planet again. Now, not as the collective consciousness, but as our individuals. And she was like, all right then. And she says that her life will be sacrificed for this new world. So finally we flip back to the ending.
Yeah, and then and then there's that whole weird shit going on with like Shinji choking out Asuka and all that shit.
He doesn't kill her. He's at his wits.
Yeah, I know.
He's at his wits end. He sees the woman that kind of gave him like huge torment. Well, not like torment toward after the whole 14th angel incident. So he starts choking her. She reaches up and starts caressing his face instead of slapping him or anything. Because they've been in the collective consciousness.
Yeah.
He hasn't been, though, because he's been in that little area with Rei. But she's been in the collective consciousness. So she's seen everything that he's done and everything that he's experienced. So she rubs his face because she can sympathize with him. She understands why he is the way he is. They're just alike. But she says disgusting because she has the memory of him beating off over her body, and then the movie ends.
Okay, so that's why that happened. She wasn't actually calling him disgusting, like, out of
No, she was just saying disgusting, because, like, yeah, if I had the memory of somebody else beating over my vegetable body, I'm like, yeah, ew, dude, no, get away from it.
Well, makes a whole lot more sense, but I'm still very much confused about what all that Rei shit meant.
What do you mean?
Like, why what was with the big body Rei and, like, all the bullshit?
That was Rei Lilith form. That was just Rei taking form of Lilith's angel form.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a primordial angel.
Okay, and then
And Ray had
all the crazy shit is just crazy shit.
And then the crazy stuff is just Ano you guys wanted this. Y'all wanted this. So
And he slapped his dick on Otto slapped his dick on the table and went, analyze this.
uh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. Analyze these.
Yeah, but God, dude.
Yeah, no.
Okay, and then basically what happened? Like, what's the theory on what happens post end of Eva?
Oh, the theory is that just like Shinji's wish was, Shinji and everybody, it's going to take a long time for people to start coming back out of the primordial soup. But everybody's gonna start coming back and reform the world altogether, because that was Shinji's wish.
Even though the world is fucked because it was the third impact.
Yeah, even though the world was completely jacked.
They have no food. They have no water.
Hey man, that was Shinji's wish.
Shinji should have wished for everybody to die.
He really should have. Or he should have wished for the world to
Dude, or he could have just wished to be Hokage.
Are you ever gonna read the manga? Because I can tell you how the manga ended.
I might read the manga one day. I want to watch the Rebuild films first, and we'll do one of these when I finish the Rebuild films.
Oh, dude, the Rebuild films are awesome. I actually got introduced to the Evangelion scene due to the Rebuild scene. The Rebuild series.
Yeah, we'll do when I finish the first with the first, because is there 2 or 3 out besides the movie?
There's
the new
3
one.
besides the 4th one.
Yeah, because we'll do maybe one of these together whenever the 4th one finally comes to theaters and we have the chance to see it and stuff like that. But
I'm gonna be front row, dude. Oh
but when I watch, definitely we'll do another one of these to talk about the Rebuild films. Maybe it'll be just as long, maybe not. Depends on how fucked it is.
So now that you have somewhat of a basis now, I know you still probably will not like Evangelion. I'm not here to change your opinion about it or anything.
You see, that's the thing is I can appreciate it, and I think I definitely enjoy it more now that you've kind of explained it to me, and I get what the hell's going on. But so yeah, I enjoyed Evangelion a decent amount. I just don't think that a 2-hour podcast episode it should take to explain to me what happened. You know what I mean? And I don't think any show can be redeemed from that.
I mean, the same could be, well, no, not the same, but a 2-hour podcast could be about the same, about trying to explain what Gundam is to me, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
I sit down.
Yeah, I get it.
Go ahead.
I get it. I don't know. I mean, okay. If the thing is I would give it, now that I understand it more, I will give it a solid I mean, I'm not gonna rate it any lower than a 5.
I mean, I don't mind that. I'll take that.
The reason I say 5, but I'd be willing to give it a 6, maybe 5 or 6. Just the thing is, I was just so confused the whole time. For me, it was very much a style over substance show, where it was very much me watching it going, oh, that's cool, but I never really felt I was never super invested. I kind of felt like my investment got squandered because it never explained anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and when they did explain things, it was very minute or vague, and I can see where your point is to that.
But obviously I didn't hate it enough to go, I'm never going to watch the Rebuild films. I'm actually pretty excited to watch the Rebuild films.
Oh, the Rebuild film is why everybody, most people, are Evangelion fans. It's my favorite of Evangelion. I can sit down and watch the anime and be like, oh, this is good. The Rebuild films are things that I sit down on a daily and YouTube clips for, because it's amazing.
Yeah. So for both my viewers and for Michael, we'll probably be back once I finish the 3 Rebuild films. So, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this type of weird podcast content. I doubt anybody listened all the way through, but if you did, hey, thanks for listening. But also, yeah, I guess I'll see some of you guys in another video. Thanks for coming on, Michael.
Yeah, no problem.